gosh. Okay, so here's the deal. My name is Danny. This is like a Cummins diesel turbo. We're gonna talk more about that later. And well, today's the biggest unboxing I've ever done. Let's get right into that. Look over here, look over here. On this table behind me, we have over $10,000 worth of car part that I have been waiting to install since I was 15, 16 years old. An absolute dream come true. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna unbox everything. There's a car behind all those boxes you probably can't even see. It's the Nissan 370z that everybody asks me to paint it. I will not paint this car until everything is done, by the way. Also, you are going to see a video me saying goodbye to the Tomei. There's a Tomei, but with that being said, leave a big thumbs up on this video if you want. I don't know, the series is gonna be pretty lit, so if you don't, what are you doing? So now that you're subscribed and you left a like, let's start the biggest unboxing I've ever done. I'm honestly so excited. There's a bunch of boxes. We gotta grab the knives, start cutting away, and talk about everything that's going to go in my 2009 Nissan 370z. This is a dog.
Oh my god, you're so cute because you're dog.
And this is a turbo. If you're from Florida, you understand why I was in the pool. So for turbo, we are running the BorgWarner S366. It is part of the S300S series. And actually, the reason why I'm calling this a Cummins turbo, if you look up on YouTube S366 turbo, most of the cars are Cummins trucks or diesels. Absolutely hilarious. And then I asked the person that built this kit, is it safe to say that most of cars that run this turbo are trucks? He said, I'm running this on my Cummins. We run a good old Cummins turbo in the Z. As I researched a little bit longer, it is a very common swap on the 5.9 Cummins. Some people do it in the 6.7s, but instead of the S300, they go for the S400 since the housing is a little bit bigger. But man, it is hilarious that what started off as a joke is actually true. I will put the specifications on the screen. I already made a video about the turbo a little bit ago, but in case you didn't watch it, I will put that on the screen. It is good for around 800 horsepower, and I believe we're going for around 600, high 500, 600, so we should be good in that sense. It is a pretty good turbo. Ooh, and also, in case you're new to the channel, it is going to be a rear mount setup. Very unique. Not a lot of people do it, but we're doing it the right way. It's gonna be pretty awesome. All right, put the turbo to the side. And you might be wondering, why should I leave a like and subscribe? Well, there's a giveaway this video, and if you want to enter that giveaway, you gotta subscribe and leave a like. Do you like money? Absolutely. Would you like to save $720 a year? Absolutely. Are my shorts too short? Absolutely. Let's talk about today's lovely sponsor. You guys have heard of them before, Compare.com. They sponsored the G35 series, and they're coming back and sponsoring the Dream 370Z turbo build. Well, let's talk about what Compare.com is. Compare.com is basically a free website that allows you to gather up all the best insurance quotes all in one spot. My favorite part, you don't have to be calling anybody, and right now, things are opening back up. People are starting to drive more. Sneaky little insurance companies are bringing up your rate without you knowing. You can also go on that website, put your information in, and make sure that they're not you over. There's something about me I truly dislike when I see people pay way more for insurance than they should. That's why I really like Compare.com and how easy it is to use. It literally takes 5 minutes. Check out if you're overpaying for your insurance or if you're not. And if you do go ahead and find a quote on there that's a lot cheaper than what you're paying right now, you can easily accept the quote and go along with it. There's no hidden fees and it's completely free. Let's put it this way. Last time I did a quote on every single car at the house, and the crazy thing is we were literally paying more money for insurance than we were supposed to, and we found out through Compare.com. It is a really good website, completely free, and we're doing a $100 giveaway. I'm just gonna say it right now. All you have to do, link in the description, click that, generate a free quote, and you will be automatically entered after you comment done on this video and you leave a like. That's pretty much it. Click the link in the description, generate a free quote, comment done, like the video, and you're entered for the giveaway of the $100. Good luck, and thank you so much to Compare.com for sponsoring this video. The giveaway will last a month. You know what you can buy by saving $720 a year? The Tomei we're about to sell. Goodbye, boy. Okay, what box should we do next? Piping, intercooler piping. Bing.
We got beat.
Let's try our best not to cut the intercooler. They were gonna send me out like a, I guess you could say like a matte black one or satin black, but I said nah, I got this because I do want to go ahead and put letterings in the front. That's a good looking intercooler right there. Man, this thing looks good. Look at that. And we also got the girl Billie Eilish. Look at this. So like I was saying, 2.5 intercooler piping. They went ahead and wrapped it in this heat. Dude, this is actually really nice. Wow. This heat wrap. Look at this.
Eat your vegetables.
This is the piping where the blow-off valve is going to go right here. We're going to get into it in a little bit. Obviously, I'm going to show you the wastegate, blow-off valve. Pretty much everything that this kid's going to have right now. Damn, right here. Look at this intercooler. Look at this big boy. Wow. All right, so a better look. We got all this piping right here. We got 2.5-inch piping. Obviously, 2.5-inch inlets on the intercooler for the piping. I believe the intercooler goes like this. Or because I know, or maybe, oh, gotta be careful with the brackets. Or maybe like, actually no, it is the other way. I'm pretty sure it goes like this. So we got 2 pipes coming in from this side and then 1 out through the top. And I believe the blow-off valve is to the left, so this side. It's not real that I'm just unboxing this many parts for my car. It really isn't. But I'm just going along with it because why not? I'm just a dude. And this whole kit has been run on a Z already to make sure everything works properly before they went ahead and shipped it out. And the Z that was running this, I believe made 500 and something wheel horsepower. Obviously, we're gonna do a little more than that. They did not push it. And I believe that one did not also have meth injection, which we're gonna talk about later. But man, this is just beautiful. Absolutely love it. What's really interesting though is a lot of people that do rear mount setups don't run an intercooler because the turbo's in the back and there isn't really much heat on the engine bay and whatnot. So that's pretty interesting, but we're obviously gonna run one just to be safe. And I mean, just imagine the intercooler with this nice front end. Like, come on, dude. You got to, bro. Probably like 10 inches and on the middle, and then about 1 foot right over 12 inches on the sides. And then we got about 4-inch. Oh, good. Okay, so this is honestly one of my favorite parts of this whole build, just because we splurge when it comes down to gauges. Okay. So in the beginning, this may not look as cool. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and touch on gauges that we got for the car. Here we got 2 gauges. We're gonna do a 2-gauge setup, and on the bottom here we have a clutch, which we're gonna get to after the gauges. Well, we gotta talk about the gauges because it is the coolest thing, and I did not plan on splurging this amount of money on gauges. So this right here is the AEM OBD2 gauge. All right, so this being an OBD2 gauge, it tells me a good amount of things, and I have a little list right here of some things it tells me. I'm just gonna run right through it. IAT, EGT, RPM, ethanol percentage, mass airflow sensor, fuel pressure, manifold pressure, boost pressure, TPS, vehicle speed, and it says more. So this little gauge right here is like an all-in-one gauge, same as the other one, except the other one is a lot more consistent, especially when it comes down to air-fuel ratio and things like that. I don't really know how to navigate through it. I'm gonna have to go ahead and look through this. And look how simple this is. Look how simple it is. A plug, and then this right here. And I'm pretty sure that's everything that came in this package. Yep. The other gauge, it's a little more complicated, but this one, pretty simple. I'm gonna show you guys later where the gauges are gonna go. And then we got the big boy. We got the Innovate SCG1. This thing literally cost an arm and a leg. But I'm so excited. The amount of things this gauge does is too much to list. I mean, look at all the cables. Here's the gauge though. I will be taking this out because it looks so good. We got some brackets, we got more cables, we got more cables, we got more cables after the cables. After those cables, we got more cables. After those cables, we got the obviously OBD2 sensor. So we get a 100% read on how the air fuel ratio is. This gauge is gonna be pretty hard to install, but it's gonna be well worth it. I'm gonna be driving the car with a very good feeling. Like I'm gonna drive the car confidently, and I'm gonna feel okay driving it and pushing it. We're at the top of the world. All you need to know, this is like a all-in-one boost gauge. You can control your boost. You can set up certain boost levels where it peaks out on so your car doesn't overboost. You can also set up the screen where you can see different things at the same time. So you can look at boost, and then on the top left, you can look at the boost or the air fuel ratio. If you want to look up more on it, I will leave a link in the description where you guys can read up on it. Highly recommend it. It is insanely good. And in case you did not watch the last video, I went ahead and shipped out this pillow right here because the gauges are gonna sit right one here, the other one down, or however they make it. And they're gonna go ahead and fabricate that for me. So whenever I get that back in the series, there will be a part where we go ahead and install the gauges. The gauges. I'm honestly very, very happy about this. I mean, just having the gauges on the B pillar, it's gonna make it feel like me for speed. Like I'm just a little kid inside like a cool little race car. There we go. All right, so turbo kit is made by the one and only Limp Mode Tuning, Pat, Eric over there, and the other people that help. We've been working on this turbo kit for a while now. I finally have it. We're finally starting to build. Pat is the one that tuned my car. He helped me a lot for the G35 series, if you guys don't remember that. Here's his Instagram, link in the description. They tune cars, they tune Gs, Zs, They literally tore everything. So if you guys have any questions, message them. I'm just a dude that knows nothing. I can't really help, but yeah. All right, so next up, go ahead and do clutch. Okay, so for the power, obviously we had to go ahead and upgrade the clutch. Bam. So this is actually a competition clutch. It is a 6-puck stage 4 clutch. I'm already running the heavy duty slave cylinder, so we do not have to upgrade that. Here we got the plate. Here we got the clutch pressure plate. We got the cool little competition clutch logo right there. Here's a 6-puck right there. So this is gonna be the first install before we do anything to the car. Obviously, to be able to handle high 500s to 600 wheel horsepower, we do need to make sure we can handle it for the clutch. And since the kit is rear mount, we don't want to install the kit, then have to take it back out to be able to drop the transmission and install the clutch. So clutch will be the first thing. This clutch can pretty much handle, I believe, 250% more than the stock power. So that's like what, 700-800 horsepower. I'm not too sure, but we should be plenty of good. Every day's gonna be leg day, and I'm not looking forward to that. All right, so right here on the table, we got the 50mm blow-off valve, which is a rep, but this thing looks absolutely huge. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this bad boy. This goes in the intake piping. Actually, if we look at the piping, this goes right there. Bam. Just like, oh my, look how big that is. That goes right there. For those of you that do not know, the blow-off valve is what goes. The blow-off valve does go on the cold side of the turbo setup, so obviously that intake piping. And then here we got a Turbo Smart wastegate. This goes on the hot side of the turbo. This kind of tells you how much boost you're gonna make, and you basically change the boost levels through little springs. You obviously add them up, so like a 7-pound spring with a 3-pound spring will be 10 pounds and whatnot. That's something I gotta play with. This thing looks so freaking cool. Look at this. Look at this. Check this out. Turbo Smart wastegate right there. I'm like a little kid just opening Christmas gifts right now. This is absolutely insane. Here we got the clamps, more clamps right here. All right, now things start getting a little more complicated and a little more messy. As you guys can see, we ran out of space on the table. Not ideal. I believe all this line right here with AN fittings are just oil lines that feed from the pump to the turbo. And we also gotta drill into the oil pan, by the way. I forgot to mention that. So maybe these lines are for that as well. I'm honestly not even sure. Here we got ginormous piping. I believe this is the exhaust tip right here. Never mind, it is. Is this the exhaust tip? It might be. Wait, no, it's not. Wait, no, it is not. Never mind. Then right here we have where the turbo goes bolted into. We got the T4 flange right here. Then over here we got the wastegate. That's where the wastegate goes to. This exhaust setup is gonna be basically the wastegate air incorporated into the same piping towards the very end. So that's gonna be pretty cool. Typically the exhaust would have 2 pipes, one for the wastegate and then one for the exhaust. They basically incorporated two into one. And I love how they labeled it. That's great. Then we got this really cool pipe, bunch of fittings. It says ENG4, 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 ENG4. So I'm wondering if this is the exhaust tip. This might be the exhaust tip actually, because it was a 4-incher. Yeah, I think this is the exhaust tip. This goes right here. This would go right there. And then right here we got some, actually I have no idea what this is, but I'm seeing this is like oil fittings. This is for oil, I believe. I'm gonna go ahead and ask him now that everything is laid out. Whew, this is gonna be one heck of an install. Oh, and if you're wondering, with Andy, where are you gonna install all these things? A lift, right? Nope. We're gonna install it right here. My friends are gonna come over, we're gonna try, me by myself, we're gonna figure it out. So if you guys are excited for that, and I feel like it's just a lot more relatable whenever I'm making videos like this. Like, yes, a lift, good quality and it's super organized, it's great, but there's something about just doing it with minimal tools, a good amount of cursing, and a lot of patience, where you cannot get on the lift with good tools and a lot of time. Man, look at this. Is honestly, not everything fits in the table. That's hilarious. And then obviously here we got the fuel pump. Let me go ahead and, can I do it with one hand? Ooh, I can. Nice. Obviously, since the turbo does sit in the back of the car, you do need a fuel pump to kind of pump that fuel into the turbo from the oil pan, which we do have to drill into, like I mentioned a little bit ago. So that's the fuel pump we're going with. Honestly, no idea what it is, but looks good. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. Wait, no, not a fuel pump. Oil pump, not fuel pump, oil pump. You know, it's allowed, we gotta take a break from unboxing, but okay, let's get back into it. Now that I'm actually getting a better look at it, I believe this is the cold side, so the intercooler side. And I think this piping is like this because I have to go right over the center cross member, and this goes right next to the oil filter, if I'm not mistaken. So I believe this is the cold side, and then this is the hot side. It's much heavier. This is aluminum, I believe. And then obviously here we have the upright cable to tune the car. Bam. and then to also do data logs from time to time whenever I want. Here we have the I believe there's a hard wiring kit for the fuel pump as well as the fuel pump. For fuel pump, I believe we went with a 450 Walbro. Here we have, let me see if it says it on here. I don't think it does. The only problem with this fuel pump is it is much bigger than the OEM stock. So when you're putting it in the fuel pump basket, I do have to make a lot of modifications to it. I'm gonna have to figure that out when the time comes, or I might actually switch to an AEM, I believe 340. That'll be a little bit of an easier install, not much modification. Here we do have the hard wiring kit with some relays and then a fuse here in the middle to protect the fuel pump. There's gonna be a lot of episodes. There's obviously gonna be an episode just for fueling, just for oil, just for exhaust, marking up the turbo. There's gonna be a lot. So you haven't already, smash that like and subscribe. Let's go. It's just getting messier and messier every time. I mean, this isn't really anything new, but we did go ahead and buy another fuel pump. I literally have 3 fuel pumps. If you guys don't already know, mine is broken and I can't even find the rods. So yeah, as you can kind of tell from here, the fuel pump is that's right in there in the basket. It's much smaller than the one we gotta put in there. So a lot of modifications to be done. I'll figure it out. There's gonna be a really fun learning curve. If I'm gonna be honest, the most exciting part about all this is how much I'm gonna learn, from installing turbo kit to running oil lines to drilling to the oil pan, to having to hardwire a fuel pump, to then having to install an oil pump. And if you did already notice, they actually went ahead and heat wrapped everything, which is amazing. I wouldn't have to spend a lot of time on that, or any time at all. So that's a big, huge plus. All right, here we have spark plugs. We went with Autolite Iridium XP. Not sure why. I'm guessing these are like a step colder. Turbo VHR. It says gapped 0.28. So it probably has like a bigger gap. You can see right there, we got 6 of them. I feel like this video could have been 3 episodes. All right here, bam, we are gonna go Meth. Basically, Meth is kind of like an alternative to NOS. It's basically gonna go ahead and cool everything down so we can get it in a more aggressive tune. It's gonna be really fun installing Meth. Never done it and whatnot. Let's open the box though. Bam. Here we obviously got the tank, which we're gonna be mixing with 50% Meth, 50% water. No, not the Meth from Breaking Bad. Come on, bro. Here we got the pump. Here we got the lines that are gonna squirt into the throttle bodies, and we also do have a little upgrade, which I believe it's a distributor. Obviously we have 2 throttle bodies, so we need a distributor that distributes the Meth and water mix efficiently into both places the same amount. This is the Snow Performance Stage 1 kit. We were first gonna go ahead and do 100% Meth. Obviously that's flammable. We didn't want to risk it, especially when I'm running the lines and whatnot, but I just didn't want to risk it, so we're gonna go 50% water, 50% Meth mix. It should cool everything down a good amount to just be able to reach that 600 wheel horsepower goal that we're wanting. I'm actually gonna pick up the camera. Over there we got some couplers and whatnot. I just didn't want to take everything out of the box and put up here because I mean, it's couplers. You've seen couplers before. All right, so here we got a bunch of couplers for the turbo kit for the piping and whatnot, and flanges. Here we got that, bam. Here we got here we got the filter that we're gonna put in the turbo. And you might be wondering where the turbo is gonna sit. I'm gonna show you that in a little bit later. Here we got Boost Monkey intercooler charge pipe. There we go. In here, I'm probably not gonna take it out, or I might, but here we have a 2.5 inch white pipe. I'm pretty sure you guys know what a white pipe looks like. Here we got some oil lines and whatnot, more oil lines. All right, I'm gonna open up this box and that should be pretty much it. All right, just got done having a fun chat over the phone. This is actually the turbo drain. So when the car turns off, so the oil doesn't just go ahead and sit inside the turbo when the car's off. It'll actually go into this drain, and the lines from here go into the pump and turbo and whatnot. We'll figure that out when we install it, but good thing now we know what that's for. I almost forgot, we are running 1050cc injectors. So we can see right here, looking good, looking nice, looking minty. We cannot run E85 with 1050s. My closest E85 gas station is like an hour away, and we should be hitting the 600 horsepower range thanks to the Meth. And E85 is kind of not needed. One day I will be running it, but as of now, we're chilling, we're good, we're happy. How are you guys feeling, by the way? I'm feeling great. I am 7'5", and look at this. It's crazy. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at this pipe. Heavy. Oh, I think this is the exhaust. Yes, this might be the exhaust tip. Then we got a magma flow, I guess you could say muffler resonator right here, because it is a straight turbo, so we need a little bit of a nicer tone. Dude, it's gonna be insane. The turbo whistle, so good. Okay, so this is probably a very, very, very bad representation, but it's basically how the kit's gonna go. We got the intercooler right in the middle. I see we got the white pipes coming down from the headers into the test pipes. Then we got the white pipe. I believe those 2 little pipes over there, like I said, they go over the oil filter, and they go like over the front subframe. Do know the right side is the cold side, and then the left side is the hot side. Over there it says turbo 1. So I'm guessing that goes here, but then again, that doesn't make sense because Pipe Wheeler says turbo 1, but then again, there's also a cold side to the turbo, so I think that does go over there. And then we're probably gonna have this magma flow, I guess you could say muffler or resonator right from the middle. Then here we have the pipe that goes straight to the hot side of the turbo. Turbo goes into here and those flanges right there. Wastegate goes over here. Oh, forgot a very crucial thing. This will be the exhaust tip right there. Honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and put pictures up on the screen of basically the same setup on another car, so you guys kind of get an idea of like what it's gonna look like. I showed it before, but in case you haven't seen it, here you go. And yeah, that's pretty much how the kit's going to be looking like. Pretty sure I showed everything, right? Is there anything else I gotta show that I haven't showed? I don't think so. But that's a complete turbo setup that is going in my Nissan 370z, shooting for high 500s to 600 wheel horsepower in this little car, full of carbon. Absolutely love it. Also, stop telling me to paint the car. How am I gonna paint or wrap a car that I got a turbo? It's common sense, man. It's common sense, bro. Like, it will be one color. Relax. Take a deep breath. Worry about your car. Take another deep breath. Just enjoy the content. And yes, probably next video, we will be saying goodbye to the Tomei. So last pulls and whatnot. It's gonna be pretty sad, but you guys already know what's going on, so it's gonna be good. We're gonna be chilling. It's gonna sit right up there, really tucked in, so we're not gonna have to worry about. I'm also on bags, and the rear end is always gonna be up high, so we should be good. We are going to be cutting this back of the bumper out, like I've said before, and you will be able to see the turbo. That's super cool. If you're excited to see this onto the 370Z, finally after years of waiting, the series. I have a really cool name for the series that's gonna bring a huge throwback. So expect that, this kind of episode 1. And yeah, I'm gonna try my best to get this done quick. It's gonna be me mostly, and maybe Christian might come help out, or Alex. With that being said though, absolutely smash that thumbs up button on this video. I typically tell you to smash that thumbs up. No, like this time I need you to like freaking smash or tap it. If you're not aggressive, just tap it. Just lick it, kiss it maybe. It helps out the channel so much, and we gotta get things ready for the turbo on this car. All right, I love you guys. Peace out. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, hasta luego. Peace.